What do you think he'll talk about? The economy? We've already watched it. We know what he says. USA, guys. USA.
Well, thank you very much, everybody. It's really an honor. Speaker Johnson, Vice President Vance, First Lady of the United States.
Yay, Melania. Her movie that came out broke some records.
Second Lady of the United States.
J.D. Vance's wife. Deserving of an applause.
Members of Congress and my fellow Americans. Our nation is back, bigger, better, richer, and stronger than ever before.
Do you guys believe that? Are we bigger and better and richer than ever before? Comment down below. And if you say we're not, tell me what we could have done different in the last year or what we could do this year.
Less than 5 months from now, our country will celebrate an epic milestone in American history, the 250th anniversary of our glorious American independence, ever to exist on the face of the earth. And
guys, I'm just looking for some specific. Notice it's real clappy over there on the right, and the left is, well, they're all asleep. Bunch
when I
of
last spoke in this
hatred
chamber
over there on the
12 months
left.
ago, I had just inherited a nation in crisis with a stagnant economy, inflation and chaos all over the world. But tonight, after just 1 year, I can say with turnaround for the ages.
Look at the left, just sitting there. Embarrassing, if you ask me. And there goes Al Green. See you later, Green. I never did see what his sign says.
And we will never go back to where we were just a very short time ago. We're not going back. Today, our border is secure. Border is secure. Our spirit is like never before. And our enemy. America is respected again, perhaps like never before. After 4 years in which millions and millions of illegal aliens poured across our borders, totally unvetted and unchecked, we now have the strongest and most secure border in American history by far.
Watch the left. They'll be sitting down. I mean, imagine strong borders. What a bad thing to have.
In the past 9 months, 0 illegal aliens.
Guys, I'm going to pause this for a second just so we can bring this up in case a Democrat ever stumbles upon my channel. Are you proud? Are you proud of the strong border? I mean, you want it weak. We know that. You're not proud of the fact that an unvetted criminal, say from the Mencho or one of the bad cartels, they're all bad, right? We don't have good cartels coming into our country. You honestly feel like we should just be open like it was during the 4 years of the Biden administration and let those people pour in unvetted? Shame on you. I mean, it's just not even a... Why? How come you can't come in correctly? How come you can't come in and be vetted? I think you only want vetted immigrants. I'm okay with letting them in. If you're willing to let us know who you are, your past, why you're coming to the United States, whether it's for work, freedoms, opportunities, then, but sneaking in, guys, how would you feel about someone that snuck into your basement tonight and you woke up and they were eating your breakfast? You wouldn't have any questions? All right, back to the address.
Have been admitted to the United States. Substantially less. In 12 months, I secured commitments for more than $18 trillion pouring in from all over the globe. Think of it, much less than $1 trillion for 4 years versus much more than $18 trillion for 1 year. What a difference a president makes.
Isn't that the truth? What a difference a president can make. Sleepy Joe, we're talking about you.
A short time ago, we were a dead country. Now we are the hottest country anywhere in the world, the hottest.
Guys, I don't think he's talking about the fires in Minneapolis or L.A. I think he means the country in general.
More Americans are working today than at any time in the history of our country. Think about that. Any time in the history of our country, more working today. And 100% of all jobs created under my administration have been in the private sector.
You guys understand what he's saying there, right? Some presidents, we won't mention any names, Biden, that whenever you wanted to talk about job increases, so a lot of times it was just fluff government jobs to get the numbers up. And you see how many IRS agents or that he mandated so that raises your numbers. But what he's saying is the public sector, capitalism at work, people going to work because businesses are doing better. Whether or not, how's your company doing? Are you guys experiencing layoffs or are you hiring? I guess that's the true test, right? Tell me down below if you have seen your companies you work for cutting back, or do they look like they're ramping up to expand? I know a lot of them in 24, 25 wanted to see what was going to happen with the presidential election. They wanted to see what was going to happen with these tariffs. So you may have had some slowdown, but what you have to understand is these tariffs and these manufacturers that are building plants in the United States, this doesn't happen overnight, guys. A lot of these companies will not be seeing profit or productions for a couple of years. You have to give him time to let his magic work. But if there's one thing I'm positive in, Donald Trump, he knows what he's doing. And we just have to let it happen. You can't judge it immediately. This is stuff that will take time to see the long-term results. And the left sits some more.
We ended DEI in America.
Now, we know they're not going to stand up for that statement, but you did see what was happening there, right? We're talking about job creation better than ever. Democrats don't care about jobs. They just sat. No, they're not going to cheer for him anyway. We know that. And DEI. Look, DEI isn't about hatred towards other people that are not like us. It's saying that you have to have some credentials. You have to have some accomplishments to get hired. You shouldn't just be like, hey, you have purple hair, so we want you to run the SNAP benefits program because you're purple hair and you're
of Congress, the state of our union is strong. Our country is winning again. In fact, we're winning so much that we really don't know what to do about it. People are asking me, please, 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 Mr. President, we're winning too much. We can't take it anymore. We're not used.
Okay, guys, this next moment is something that I'm very proud of, not because it's the hockey team of the United States that got a goal, but because of what President Trump is doing. He spends a lot of time in this State of the Union giving a lot of recognition, even if it's good or bad recognition. Bad meaning bad circumstances, like someone's daughter not being with us anymore because they were attacked, and you know what I mean. So I think that it's awesome how he spent a lot of time focusing on these people. And I know he had a reason. He's got his anti-immigrant, or actually, it's not anti-immigrant, it's anti-unvetted, undocumented, and there's a big difference. So what do you guys think of this? But anyway, this is the hockey. I want to highlight the folks that Donald Trump decided to recognize last night. Here we go.
Never, and to prove that point, here with us tonight is a group of winners who just made the entire nation proud. The men's gold medal Olympic hockey team. Come on in.
You know, they compared this to the hockey team at, what was it, 80s or 84? And I remember that because I was around. If you are an athlete, you know what that feels like. If you've ever been a winner, state champion, runner-up. You know what that makes me think of? In the Olympics, they weren't giving out participation awards, were they? First, second, and third, what's everybody else take home? A souvenir, a t-shirt, the experience, and that's awesome. So congratulations for all the fourth place and beyond. But you know who they remember? These folks right here that got the gold. That's another reason we don't advocate for participation, raising children with participation awards.
And the heroes who have kept it free, men like Buddy Taggart. At age 17, Buddy volunteered to defend America in World War II.
17.
Serving in the Pacific under the great General Douglas MacArthur. He fought bravely in the famous Battle of Manila, worked so hard. He was badly wounded and almost killed by enemy machine guns in Luzon. And 81 years ago this month, he liberated the largest internment camp in the Philippines, one of the largest anywhere in the world. But he earned many honors, including a Purple Heart and a Bronze Star, came home, started a family, and tonight he is in the gallery looking forward to July 4th, 2026, his 100th birthday.
100th birthday. Wow. Gotta be honest with you, he's looking way better than I'm probably going to look on my 100th birthday. Almost brings tears to my eyes seeing a real hero out there.
So, Buddy, you're a brave man, and we salute you. Even in times of challenge, setback, and immense heartache, the spirit of 1776 has always shone through very brightly. It was July 4th of last year when floodwaters tore through a girls' summer camp in Central Texas, one of the worst things I've ever seen. I was there, rising 26 feet in the matter of minutes, tragically claiming many, many lives. You all remember that one? As the waters threatened to sweep her away, 11-year-old Millie Kate McClelland closed her eyes and prayed to God. She thought she was going to die. Those prayers were answered when Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin descended from a helicopter above. Nobody knew where he came from. It was Scott's first ever rescue mission. A young guy, but very brave, very, very top, always top in his class. And he lifted not just Millie Kate, but 164 others to safety.
Wait a minute. Do we have both sides standing up? That's good. I'd stand too, but none of you guys want to see my belly button. I'm not lying, guys. I'm tearing up a little.
People watched Scott from a distance, and they couldn't believe what they were seeing. The winds were blowing, the rain was pouring, everything was going, and that rapid water, nobody's ever seen anything like it. They said, wow, that's something. Tonight, Scott and Millie Kate are here together, reunited for the very first time. Thank you, Scott, Millie Kate.
I'm a softie, what can I say? I just love a good story, so not going to lie. Tearing up a little bit there over that one. Those guys will be bonded forever. How could they not be? Jeez. Just an amazing story.
And Petty Officer Ruskin, I'm pleased to inform you that I am now awarding you the Legion of Merit for extraordinary heroism, which is what it was, extraordinary heroism. Thank you.
Well deserved. Well deserved.
And I'd like to have the military aide to please come down and take care of the service. Military aide, thank you very much. Take care of that very important service. Thank you very much. From 1776 to today, every generation of Americans has stepped forward to defend life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And they're really doing it for the next generation. But now it's our turn. Together we're building a nation where every child has the chance to reach higher and go further, where government answers to the people, not the powerful, and where the interests of hardworking American citizens are always our first and ultimate concern. That is the debt we owe to the heroes who came before us, and that is the promise we must keep to America for our 250th year. Last year, I urged this Congress to begin the mission by passing the largest tax cuts in American history.
So he goes on to talk about the economy, some of the policies he's incorporated, like his tax, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime. I mean, these are great ways to put more money in the American people's pockets.
Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6 billion.
Okay, you guys know about the Trump accounts where they're going to give $1,000 to newborns, and they can't touch it till they're 18, and it's going to grow along substantially, hopefully, in those 18 years. Listen to how much I may have.
Millions will be pre-funded courtesy of the U.S. Treasury and private individuals like Michael and Susan Dell, who have donated $6.25 billion to fund the Trump accounts for 25 million American children.
That's worth applauding and standing up for.
They're great people. When I asked Michael Dell, how do you make all that money? He said, well, I just sat on my dorm in school, and I made computers, and I'd sell them to people, and I just kept selling and selling.
You guys know who he was talking about, right? Dell Computers, Michael Dell, him and his wife, $6 billion over, over $6 billion. Wow. Okay.
And selling, and
just amazing,
amazing
stuff.
Story. That's called the American Dream. He sold a lot of computers, a lot of those laptops. So I congratulate him on that. Or we made deals. The deals are all done.
Okay, guys, what I'm going to show you next, the reason I'm putting this clip in here, because, you know, we're not showing the whole hour and 47 minutes, is because I'm thinking of Ilhan Omar right now and how many times we have to keep watching her talk about how bad America is. She comes to America, gets elected, apparently, so she can promote special programs. We know what happened with those special programs, allegedly. Think of her when you hear this statement right here. It really looks like Donald J. Trump is talking from his heart, just like Ilhan does when she talks bad about America.
Finally have a president who puts America first. Put America first.
First.
I love America.
Thank you, Donald. Mr. President Trump. A lot of us appreciate
For decades
this.
before I came along, we had the exact opposite. From trade to healthcare, from energy to immigration, everything was stolen and rigged in order to drain the wealth out of the productive, hardworking people who make our country great, who make our country run. Under Biden and his corrupt partners in Congress and beyond, it reached a breaking point with the Green New Scam.
Boy, did it ever.
Open borders for everyone. They poured in by the millions and millions from prisons, from mental institutions. They were murderers, 11,888 murders. They came into our country. You allowed that to happen. And record-setting inflation that cost the typical dollars in just a speck of time.
We know they're here. Now we got to figure out how to get them out because, you know, everybody protests ICE. And these people need to believe. So if you're one of them, you should have done the self-deportation. The way I would have done it is give them 1 year to self-deport, and anybody caught after that spends 5 years in prison and then gets deported. And prison wouldn't be a recreational country club, guys. Not at all. Let's find our next clip.
Now the same people in this chamber who voted for those disasters we're also working.
Guys, listen to this next part he talks about here. Biggest reason because the left loves to say that Donald Trump is going to ruin Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. We're going to need some proof, Democrats, because he has done everything he can to try to stop the fraud and continue. Well, I'll let you tell him.
To make it easier for Americans to save for retirement. And under this administration, we will always protect Social Security and Medicare. They are not protecting it for our seniors. We will always protect Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid.
Guys, as I've aged and gotten older, and one of these days I'll tell you my story about why I started this channel. It has everything to do with healthcare. And one of these days I'll just go ahead and share that story with you so you guys know what I'm talking about. But the bottom line is, as you do age, these things will be very important to you. Trust me. The reason this is important is when I was a little, all they ever talked about was there will be no Social Security for you because it's going to be drained out. There will be no help for people your age. So you're going to have to come up. And that's whenever 401ks and everything took a big spike because companies started doing away with pensions. Anyway, this isn't a pension lesson or anything. what it is think about all this fraud you're seeing and they're proving. And we know that money got kicked back, and probably a reason why political candidates were able to spend ridiculous amounts of money in 100 days. I don't want to say any names, but we'll just use the word allegedly to keep us out of trouble. But when you have 100 days and you spend, say, I don't know, $2 billion, where did that money come from? You heard the word salads that this woman spit out. So nobody wanted her to be president, only because, her and Tim, they had a characteristic that made them perfect candidates. It's called being corruptible, compromised, just like Joe Biden. They didn't put Joe Biden into office because he was this man here getting things done. They put him into office simply because they knew he was compromisable. Anyway,
since I took office, the typical 401k balance is up by at least $30,000. That's a lot.
In case you're wondering why I was saying all that, my point was, how are you ever going to get rid of your national debt and make the country great again if we just continue to throw that money away? And that's the reason you're going to lose your Medicare and your Social Security if we let the Democrats lead. Just look what they're doing, guys.
Money. We have millions and millions of people, because the stock market has done so well, setting all those records. Your 401ks are way up. Yet half of all of working Americans still do not have access to a retirement plan with matching contributions from an employer. This gross disparity, I'm announcing that next year my administration will give these often forgotten American workers, great people, the people that built our country.
He's looking right at the Democrats.
Access to the same type of retirement plan offered to every federal worker. We will match your contribution with up to $1,000 each year, as we ensure that all Americans can profit from a rising stock market. Let's also ensure that members of Congress cannot corruptly profit from using insider information.
That's huge, guys. I can't believe that they both stood up, both sides. Guys, that's huge because you and I, if we do insider trading, we go to prison. If politicians do insider trading, and they're the ones that have all the inside, by the way, like your big pharma and everything, if they pass laws, your big defense contracts, if they pass these laws and they know that XYZ is getting ready to get a big missile deal, why wouldn't you go drop 10,000, 100,000, whatever you have, into that company, knowing that they're about to go from maybe a $3, $4, $5 million company up to maybe a 25, 50, $100 million company? That kind of a jump will generate huge profits because it's all speculation. So as the market learns that they picked up those contracts, they're going to dump more money into those companies, and you've already got your money sitting there. So you get full benefit of all the rising stock prices, and then you can sell for a big profit. That's what these politicians do. And I'm not saying it only happens on the left. If you ask me, it probably definitely happens on both sides because there's no law against it. So why is it illegal when you and I do it? Doesn't make sense, does it? Trump's just staring them down.
They stood up for that. I can't believe it.
Yeah, I can't believe it either.
I can't believe it.
That's how Pelosi got
Did
all
Nancy
her money.
Pelosi stand up if she's here? Doubt it. Pass the Stop Insider Trading Act without delay.
Okay, guys, this next story, very dear to my heart because wait till you see how cute she is. Beautiful little 5-year-old girl. Listen to this story and tell me what you think. Comment down below.
Delilah Colburn was only 5 years old in June 2024, when a 18-wheel tractor trailer plowed into her stopped car traveling at
Probably
60
80,000
miles
pounds
an hour or more.
if he was loaded.
The driver was an illegal alien let in by Joe Biden and given a commercial driver's license by open borders politicians in California. Doctors said Delilah would never be able to walk or talk, have a good life. She wouldn't even be able to eat again. But against all odds, she is now in the first grade learning to walk. And she's here this evening with her dad, Marcus, a fantastic man. Delilah, please, you are a great inspiration. Please stand up.
Another thank you, Jesus, in order. Giving that girl a chance. This lady on the right with the blonde hair, if you haven't seen this yet, you'll like her story too. She really likes Delilah, I think. Who doesn't? Are they standing up for her, Democrats? Or that you think they're up? I didn't
Thank
even
you,
watch.
Delilah.
They're going to really raise my anger level if they didn't clap for her. Has anybody seen it yet? Or did you watch it on a different network where the camera might have scrolled? I haven't seen it yet.
Thank you, Delilah.
I didn't see it.
Many, if not most, illegal aliens do not
Left
speak
side, I'm
English
sorry.
and cannot read even the most basic road signs as to direction, speed, danger, or location. That's why tonight I'm calling on Congress to pass what we will call the Delilah Law, barring any state from
Deservedly.
granting commercial driver's licenses to illegal aliens.
Thank you, Donald Trump. Look how cute. They say our mentality is less than a 2-year-old after the accident.
And yes, to the scourge of illegal immigration, people came into our country, how we allowed this to happen.
Think
with
about these
open
people.
borders. These are the
When the
angel
Democrats
moms
are
and
supporting
families
the
that for
unvetted,
decades our government betrayed
undocumented.
and our media totally ignored. It was terrible. Hard to believe, actually. In 2023, a 16-year-old high school cheerleader named Elizabeth Medina was supposed to perform in her town's Christmas parade, but she never arrived. Her mother, Jacqueline, went home to look for her, and she found her lying dead in a bathtub, bleeding profusely after being stabbed 25 times.
25 times.
Elizabeth's killer was a previously arrested illegal alien who had broken in and brutally extinguished.
You know the key word there? We hear it all the time. Previously arrested. So many of these undocumented crimes that we've seen has been by repeat offenders. Now, Democrats, if you're here, I know you're not. If you can't support at least taking the criminals out of the country, I mean, I give you the right to have the opinion about the process of Donald Trump's ICE team. I'm okay with you having your opinion on that. And we're going to differ. I still believe you don't get 20 million, or if you don't like my number, cut it in half. Let's say there's 10 million people here undocumented. We know it's more than that, but let's just say 10 million. I think they all should go. Unvetted means you didn't want some. Being here shouldn't be a secret. So if being here is a secret to you, there's a reason. Okay? Why wouldn't you want to be documented? If you are a good citizen, you want people to know that your credentials are valid. So like having a fake ID, right? If you go to the bar with a fake, because you're 19, and you go with a fake ID saying you're 22, why do you have a fake ID? Because you're doing something bad. Why would you want to come to the United States unvetted, undocumented, if you want to get a job, you're not a gang member, you want to be a positive member of society, pay taxes, okay? You would want to be vetted. tell me why in the comments below. If somebody disagrees with me, tell me why. Tell me why being unvetted and undocumented is a legitimate excuse to be here in the United States and a legitimate excuse to be on our welfare and a legitimate excuse to have our politicians supporting you. Guys, I go back to Ilhan Omar. Anyway, let's go.
The brightest light in her family's life, violently and viciously. Her heartbroken mother is in the gallery to remind everyone in this chamber exactly why we are deporting illegal alien criminals to our country at record numbers, and we're getting them the hell out of here fast. We don't want them.
Do you see anybody besides this guy standing up on the left? Oh, he got a, or is he just helping him up? I don't know what's going on there. Maybe he had to stretch his legs. And there's Mom.
Thank you very much, Jacqueline. Thank you.
Can't imagine what she's going through.
We can never forget that many in this room not only allowed the border invasion to happen before I got involved, but indeed they would do it all over again if they ever had the chance. If they ever got elected, they would open up those borders to some of the worst criminals anywhere in the world. The only thing standing between Americans and a wide open border right now is President Donald J. Trump and our great Republican patriots in Congress. Thank you. Thank you.
Guys, think about this for a second. We just talked about why you'd want to be unvetted and undocumented. But these guys, if they get power again, guys, midterms are coming, right? Midterms are coming. That's one of the reasons I started this channel. It's not the only reason, but these midterms are important enough. I thought we needed one more voice out in the community, and I hope you guys start supporting the channel. It's just watching it. The only support I need is to know that you guys are out there watching, liking, subscribing, spreading the word, because midterms are coming. And if we let these guys in power again, we're all in trouble. Even the Democrats voting for him who don't even understand everything I'm talking about. Guys, once they get your vote, if they were ever to get full power, they don't need your vote anymore. They could do all the things they really have on their agenda. Trust me, you won't be happy you voted for them. So I'm here to tell you, never vote Democrat, or I call them Democrats or Demon Rats or whatever fun term we can use. Guys, sometimes it's just fun to make fun, because otherwise, if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry. I can't believe what our country's turned into. It was nothing like this when I was growing up as a little guy and raised with morals and values and ethics. Not saying I was perfect. I made a lot of mistakes. Matter of fact, we could probably open a show just on the mistakes I've made in life. I've made them, but you try to correct them and learn from them. Okay, guys.
As we speak, Democrats in this chamber have cut off all funding for the Department of Homeland Security. It's all cut off. It's all cut off. They have instituted another Democrat shutdown, the first one costing us 2 points on GDP. 2 points we lost on GDP, which probably made them quite happy, actually. Now they have closed the agency responsible for protecting Americans from terrorists and murderers. Tonight I'm demanding the full and immediate restoration of all funding for the border security, homeland security of the United States, and also for helping people clean up their snow. We have no money because...
Okay, guys, we have now made it to, we're at the halfway point, and we have made it to one of the biggest reasons I decided to do a video on the State of the Union address. And it's this moment right here. I know it's gone viral. I know it's gone viral and you guys have seen it, but I had to reiterate it. We want to see it again, right? Thank you guys for being here and watching, but listen to this and watch the Democrat response.
Then stand up and show your support The first duty of the American government is to protect American citizens, not illegal aliens.
First duty of an American representative. Americans. Not one standing up, well, maybe a couple. No, she's holding the sign. That's the only reason she's up. Rashida Tlaib, or however you say her name. She's disgusting. Sitting next to Ilhan Omar. Disgusting. Disgusting human beings. Look, Donald Trump, he knows what he's doing. Midterms, guys, do not let these people back in office. We can't afford it. If you're a Democrat, now is the time to jump to the right. It's one little step to the right. I have to say it one more time. The question was, if you believe that your job in Congress is to protect, support the American people, stand up and applaud. Guys, these same people can't stand up and applaud for Americans. They can't stand up and applaud for angel parents who've lost their kids due to violent crimes. You're sick, people. I'm here to, you know what? I am this little tiny channel. I'm so small. I want to grow. I hope, I'm new. I know I can't grow fast, but I hope you guys will click the subscribe and the like button and make this channel grow, because these messages need to be repeated often. Pete, we have all these people in our House of Representatives, in our Congress, who do not support America. Think about it. Hakeem. Sick. Comment down below if you consider yourself a patriot, because I'm thinking half of our government can't call themselves a patriot. Like Mark Kelly, who served in the military.
Isn't that a shame? You should be ashamed of yourself, not standing up.
You hear who's screaming back right now?
That is why I'm also asking you to end deadly sanctuary cities that protect the criminals and enact serious penalties for public officials who block the removal of criminal aliens. In many cases, drug lords, murderers all over our country, they're blocking the removal of these people out of our country, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
I don't know if you guys know this or have picked up on it. I am not a fan of Ilhan Omar's. It's her district that's getting busted for all this alleged fraud. Now, guys, to the tune of what? 8, 9, maybe as much as 19 billion. However, for someone who reported they had no money when they got here, have you ever heard her story? She talks all the time about she had nothing when she came to the United States. Is now worth, I know, somewhere in the tunes of 30+ million. You know why? She says it's because Somalians are super aggressive, intelligent entrepreneurs. I don't know. I think it might be a different story. Comment down below if you think that that the Somalis that have come over here, of course, she's married. I don't know if you've ever seen the clip about white people are the problem. She's married to a white guy after she divorced her brother. So let's move on, even though I'm just so disgusted with her.